Welcome back to the introduction to Apptainer Singularity. This episode is about containers from definition files. How can you easily build and deploy containers from a single definition file? You will learn how to create a container from a definition file. As shown in the previous chapter, building containers with an interactive session might take several steps, and it can become as complicated as the required setup. An Apptainer definition file provides an easy way to build and deploy containers. Let's start with a Hello World Apptainer. The following recipe shows how to build a Hello World container and run the container on your local computer. Let's start by editing a file. You can use any editor of you like Nano, VI, gedit, or Emacs. I'm starting editing the file, and I will copy actually the content. And I will write and close the file. In the above script, the first line, bootstrap Docker, indicates that the Apptainer will use the Docker protocol to retrieve the base operating system to start the image. The from Ubuntu 20.04 is given to Apptainer to start from a specific image in Docker Hub. Any content within the run script section will be written to a file that is executed when one runs the Apptainer image. The echo hello world command will print the hello world on the terminal. Finally, the hash sign or pound is used to include comments within the definition file. Now I'd like to build an image using this definition file. So starting from the definition file, I build an image called hello world.save. Now it's building the image, and once it's there, I can run the image simply by invoking the image. So I could use the exec command to run a command in it, but if I run the image, the default command, the one that was provided in the run script, will be the one running. And here it is, it's printing hello world. Now to delete an image, I can simply delete the file. So if I'm listing my directory, let's see hello world, definition, and image. If I want to delete the image, I delete hello world.save. If you created a sandbox directory, then you'll have a directory tree to delete. Note that there is a command Apptainer delete, but that one will delete an image from a library, not from your local file system. Let's see an example of a more elaborated definition file. Let's look at the structure of the definition file with another example. Let's prepare a container from an official Ubuntu image, but this time we will install root with roofit and Python integration. The following root instruction, available in the link, will tell us how to do that. And the definition file will look something like this. So let's start again the editor. So I'm bootstrapping again from Docker, and I'm downloading the Ubuntu image. After downloading the image in the post section, I'm saying which commands I want to run. So the apt command is the command used in a Debian-based distribution to download packages and install them. So apt-get update will update the current image. apt-get install will install the wget command in this case. Then I'm setting the front end as non-interactive. And I will install several development packages. After that, I like to go to the opt directory and download there with wget root. So that I can expand it, and then I can use it. So the environment is a section with variables that are set up for me in the environment. The run script is the script that's executed when I'm executing the image. Remember that you can still open the image in a shell and run different commands in it. Then I'm adding some label that will help finding this image. And last but not least, a help message would be very useful. This will be used by the users to understand what this image is doing. And the help message is also the one that's printed when the Apptainer run help command is used on this image. And I will be writing this image. And actually, I will call it root in Ubuntu.dev. So here I have my root in Ubuntu.dev. The confirmation before the prompt was simply because I changed the name from when I invoked nano and when I saved the file. Now that I have the image, I can build it. You know already how to do it. Apptainer build, then the name of the C file that I want to create, the image. And the name of the definition file. This is building the image. We'll download first the image from Ubuntu, then we'll install the packages following my instructions and tell me all the results of this process. It's almost there. And it's downloading Ubuntu using wget. So if you see, these are exactly all the steps that are here, right? You don't install the RPMs, install only Ubuntu, and it's expanding, root, and then it's expanding it. At the end, it will create the C file, the directory. Once created, I will execute the file and then we start root. So here I don't have actually a display configured, so that one didn't work. But root is there and try to start. You can see here that proofit was there and started. So let's see if the example ran correctly. I have here the file with the basic image that was produced by the example execution. Here we have covered the basics with a few examples focused on high energy physics software. You can check the Apptainer documentation, which have detailed documentation on the definition files and the build command. Here you can see all the sections about the definition file, and you find also a section about the build command and its options. A few best practice for your container to make it more usable, portable, and secure. One, always install packages, programs, data, and files into operating system location. For example, don't use home or TMP because these might be mounted from the local system. Document your container. If your run script doesn't supply help, then write a help section or a help section. A good container tells the user how to interact with it. 3, if you require any special environment variable to be defined, then add them in the environment section and append section of the build recipe. Files should always be owned by a system account, so a UID less than 500. This way, they will be harder to be modified later. 5, ensure that sensitive files like etc password, etc group, etc shadow do not contain secrets. These are local for the use in the container and should not contain secrets. When you build production containers, use a definition file instead of a sandbox that has been manually changed. This ensures the greatest possibility of reproducibility and mitigates the black box effect where you run something and you don't know exactly what was there. One more tip about deploying your container. Keep in mind that while building a container might be time consuming, the execution can be immediate and anywhere your image is available. Once your container is built with the requirements for your analysis, you can deploy it in a large cluster and execute it as far as Apptainer is available on the site. Libraries like CLab Cloud Library is the distribution of images. Your institution, for example, Fermilab or CERN, both have a hardware registry. That's another possibility to distribute images. And GitHub has a container registry that you can freely use and Apptainer can access via the Auras API. So organizations like OSG provide also instructions to make available your containers. Specifically, OSG has an automated action that will take your container from Docker Hub and will deploy it, expand it in CMFS so that it can be faster to start with a container and to download to all the nodes. So to summarize, be smart, and this will open endless possibility in your workflow. An exercise concludes this episode. We would like for you to write a definition file to build a container with PyTia 8 available in Python. So you can follow the example of the first session, in which a container is built with an interactive session, and write a definition file to deploy a container with PyTia 8 available. Take a look at PyTia 310 examples, main01.py, and define the run script to execute it using Python 3. So I will not go through the exercise, so please do that, and then you can check the result in the solution here by clicking. To summarize, in this episode, you saw how an Apptainer definition file provides an easy way to build and deploy a container. It is reproducible and easy to make available.